I moved into my apartment 6 months ago. It wasn't anything fancy, just a small one-bedroom on the 3rd floor of a pretty quiet building. Cheap rent, good location. A little too good, honestly. I remember thinking, what's the catch? The first few weeks were totally normal. I set up my furniture, learned the creaks in the floorboards, and got used to the faint hum of the old refrigerator at night. I work from home, so I spend a lot of time inside. I started to memorize the exact layout of the room, every shadow, every light reflection, without even meaning to. Then, about 2 months ago, little things started to feel off. It began one morning when I woke up and noticed my coffee table had shifted about 2 inches closer to the couch. I figured maybe I bumped it in my sleep or something. Weird, but not impossible. A week later, my bathroom mirror, usually hanging flush against the wall, was slightly tilted, like someone had nudged it. Again, I brushed it off. But these little shifts started happening more and more often. Chairs angled differently, books stacked in the wrong order. My rug rotated just slightly, like it had been peeled up and set back down imperfectly. I even made a joke about it to a friend. Either I'm sleepwalking, or my apartment's possessed by a really tidy ghost. They laughed. I tried to laugh too. The turning point came when I set up a cheap security camera in my living room. I wasn't expecting anything supernatural. I just wanted to prove to myself that I was imagining things. I let it record overnight. The next morning, I checked the footage. Everything was perfectly normal except for one thing. At exactly 2:14:58 a.m., the footage glitched. The time skipped ahead to 2:16:01, a clean gap of just over a minute. And during that gap, when I looked around the apartment in the footage after the skip, the coffee table had moved. Again. I thought maybe it was a bug with the camera, so I bought a different brand, set it up in a different corner, and recorded again. The same thing happened. Different angle, same missing minute, always between 2:14 and 2:16. I checked my internet connection. Fine. Power, no outages. I even emailed the camera company. They said, "We have no known issues like this." I decided to catch it myself. I made a big deal of it, brewed strong coffee, kept all the lights on, sat on my couch with my phone recording a backup video. I stared at the coffee table like a guard dog. The clock struck 2:14 a.m. At first, nothing happened. Then, at exactly 2:15:03, the lights flickered. Just a blink. But in that blink, the air changed. The room got heavy. You know that pressure in your ears when you go up in an elevator too fast? It felt like that, but everywhere. My skin prickled like static was building up. And then I watched, actually watched, as the edges of my living room started to shift. Not move, not shake, shift. It's like reality itself wobbled, like someone dragged the corner of a photo in Photoshop. The walls stretched wider for a second, then snapped back. But when they did, my coffee table was now 3 feet to the left. I didn't breathe for a full minute. I tried staying awake again the next night. Same time, same flicker, same impossible distortion. I started making chalk marks on the floor, around furniture, along walls, so I could see what changed in the morning. Every night, more chalk lines were broken. I told my landlord. They brushed me off, saying no one else in the building had reported glitching walls. So I started researching. It turns out my building was built on the edge of an urban redevelopment zone. The land used to be part of a lab complex for a company called Novus Dynamics, which shut down abruptly in the early 90s. I found a single scanned article online. The headline read, "Local firm shuts down after spatial experiment controversy." Spatial experiment.
Subject 47 has begun direct observation of the event window. She's awake during phase intervals now.
She wasn't supposed to notice this early. The last phase didn't trigger until month 9.
She's marked the perimeter. That could affect the stability mapping.
It won't. If anything, it'll accelerate the breach, which is what we need.
What about informing her?
Informing? She's part of the observation pool. She signed the lease. That's consent enough.
Sir, if the breach expands too fast, it could affect the block. Maybe even the grid. Shouldn't we relocate her?
No, she's the anchor now. We move her, the experiment collapses. She stays.
She's starting to look at the walls, like she can see it.
Good. That means it's almost time. Here we go. Phase 3.
Last week, things escalated. Around 2:15, as the room started shifting, I heard a knock on my front door. Slow, rhythmic, 3 knocks. I checked the peephole. There was no one, but the knocking continued. The walls bent again, and for just a second, the hallway outside my door didn't look like my hallway. It was too long. The lights were wrong, like they were stretched. When the distortion snapped back, everything was quiet. My heart was hammering so hard, I thought I might faint. This morning, I woke up to find a new door in my living room. Not a hallucination, a real, physical door. White, with a silver knob, built into the wall where there had never been one before. No hinges visible on the outside. It doesn't open, no keyhole, just a door. And tonight, as I'm recording this, it's 2:12 a.m. The lights just flickered early. The air is getting heavier again, and the new door, the one that shouldn't exist, just made a sound. It knocked back. I don't know if I'll upload this in time. If anyone finds this, and you live near insert vague city, don't trust cheap rent near redevelopment zones. Check the walls. And if you ever notice things in your home are shifting by inches, don't wait. Because sometimes it's not ghosts. It's reality itself trying to make room for something else.
Subject 47 has begun direct observation of the event window. She's awake during phase intervals now. She wasn't supposed to notice this early. The last phase didn't trigger until month 9. She's marked the perimeter. That could affect the stability mapping. It won't. If anything, it'll accelerate the breach, which is what we need. What about informing her? Informing? She's part of the observation pool. She signed the lease. That's consent enough. Sir, if the breach expands too fast, it could affect the block. Maybe even the grid. Shouldn't we relocate her? No, she's the anchor now. We move her, the experiment collapses. She stays. She's starting to look at the walls, like she can see it. Good. That means it's almost time. Here we go. Phase 3.